Back here on CentralValleyTalk.com, I'm John Mallows. We're here with our next two guests from the Abrazo Family or Foster Family Agency, and I'm here with Deborah Wenger and Dr. John Lott. Welcome to the program here. I'm so glad you're here talking about foster care and what does your agency do to begin with? How do you deal with the foster families?
We recruit families that will take in foster children.
So you're looking for families to
Absolutely.
take. Okay.
Absolutely. And the biggest need in this valley is for teen families.
For what?
Teen families.
Okay.
Families that will take teenagers in and will love them, support them, and give them guidance.
Is that a tough sell?
Absolutely.
The teens?
Absolutely.
As opposed to taking someone in who's maybe a 5-year-old child or perhaps even younger.
Or an infant.
Right. So it's much more difficult with a teenager.
Right.
Talk about why.
Well, teens come with
problems.
14 years or 15 or 16 or 17 years of lack of trust for adults.
Yeah.
Because they've been abandoned by their own parents.
Yeah.
Most adults, social workers, police officers, whatnot, and they come in with that baggage. Not only that, they're also going through growing pains, emotional issues, normal teenage issues that everybody deals with.
Yeah.
And so bring that luggage on top of all the issues they've gone through, and we're talking about abuse that is physical, sexual, emotional. I mean, it goes down, neglect. It goes down the whole line of problems that these kids go through.
Deborah, what's your role with the organization?
I am a social worker.
Okay.
I've been a social worker for about 14 years, and I've been with John just recently, but there's a lot of challenges with children to make sure the match fits with the foster parent, their needs, both needs, the safety of the foster parent and also with the safety of the child that's coming in, that's been removed. Because they have a lot of issues and they want to be, they have the loyalty to their parents and they don't understand sometimes if they've been removed the first time what this is all about. And it's got to be scary.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, what does a social worker do? What do you do specifically?
Well, we make sure that all the needs of the children are met, their medical needs, their housing needs, their clothing needs, their educational needs, any need that they would have, a normal child would have in a home, we make sure that those needs are met, along with, they may have psychological needs, those kind of needs. It's just, we go and see them every week, and we make sure that we're available to them if they need it. And not alone them, we support them and the foster parents, because sometimes they get children that we don't know all the needs, and it's finding out. It's a learning curve.
All right. So is that the biggest challenge? Is that the biggest need right now in the foster care industry? Is these people to come in and families to come in and adopt these teenage kids? Is that the biggest hurdle right now?
Foster care is not necessarily adoption or taking a child into guardianship. Foster care in itself is short-term placement while the parents are getting their act back together.
So foster care may or may not be permanent.
Exactly. It's not intended to be permanent. It's intended to be short-term.
When you say short-term, you're talking how long?
6 months, maybe to a year.
Okay.
To possibly reunify with their parents or a relative.
See, that could be a tough sell, too, for the families, because now they're attached to that teenager, 14, 15-year-old, whatever, and they have to let them go after a year.
But here's the thing. For some of these kids, this is the first normal family situation that they have been placed into. And I'm saying normal, it has nothing to do with money, it has nothing to do with the type of home or anything like that. It has to do with the loving, caring family that have normal problems and work them out in a healthy manner. These kids are also, for some of them, it's the first time they've actually been shown love. And the biggest crisis that we're looking at in foster care is a situation to where you see almost every TV show, almost every movie, it shows, oh, this child was raised in foster care. Oh, this child was it's been such a horrible deal because of foster care. So there's a bad stigma placed to foster families.
you have a bad rap to a
Exactly.
certain extent, because everybody says, well, because it's a negative. It sounds like a negative. Gee, that kid was raised in foster care, so it comes out as if it is a negative.
Right.
And so that's the biggest problem you
Absolutely.
face.
Absolutely.
Is the perception that
where-
people have of foster care. Is that right?
Absolutely. Where in reality, there might be 10%, and that's a large percentage, of families that have done more harm to the child than what they were before they came into foster care.
Right.
All right? But you're forgetting to look at the 90%. And let's just use a figure of 1 million. That means that 900,000 kids were placed in loving, caring homes. 100,000 kids, they didn't receive the loving care that they should have gotten. And that's not even close to the money, the numbers. You're looking at maybe 2% out of the whole situation, not 10%. And so, but that stigma is big there. I mean, it's what gets announced in the papers. Oh, this police officer shot so-and-so. Oh, this foster parent kept this child in chains for 7 months. That's the stigma that everybody looks at and listens to. Where we have loving families in this valley. I mean, there's over 2,500 kids in this valley, in this location, that are in loving foster homes. And Christmas time, they're getting presents, they're getting love, they're getting clothes, they're getting, you name it. They're getting support.
And we
Go ahead.
continue those bonds too
Right.
once they leave.
Right.
We never discourage them to not have contact with those people that they've built the bonds with in the foster care system, because that is their support system, should they ever need to fall back onto it in their adult life.
And so we have families that needed help, needed parenting classes and whatnot, that then rely on the family that took care of their children while they were in care. They're in contact for maybe years. Afterwards, they come over for Thanksgiving dinner, they come over for Christmas. They're part of that family now. And that's what we strive to do.
Yeah. How do you get beyond that bad perception, negative perception?
Shows like you're putting on, good articles in the paper, in news presentations that this is what these foster family agencies are doing. There's 19 foster family agencies we're all nonprofits, that are in the Central Valley, just here in Fresno alone. And like I said, there's 2,500 kids just from Fresno County that are in foster care today. Only 500 of them are in county homes. The other 2,000 are in FFAs like myself.
Go ahead, Deborah. You want to jump in here?
It's decreased. It's gotten better with the removal part, but it's still a large amount of numbers for the Central Valley. We're not talking about we take kids from Madera County, Mariposa County, Kings County, Tulare County. So we service a lot of counties.
5 different counties?
Yes.
Okay,
If not
so you
more.
serve 5 counties.
Well,
basically.
actually, we've got children from Santa Cruz County. We get calls. Right now, we're getting calls from I think there's 59 counties in California. We're getting calls from almost every one of those counties looking for placements, primarily for teens and sibling groups.
And what's your response? What do you tell them?
I don't have anything available. We have what, 11 homes?
Yes.
And we have presently, I think it's 28 children placed in our homes. We have room for about another 6 kids. And yeah, we're looking for families. We're looking for good families. We're looking for families that
How
are
do you
committed.
go about finding those families? That's the question.
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Advertising in local newspapers, nonprofits, doing fundraising. Just that word of mouth is the best way to get it usually, because someone knows someone who knows someone that's done this, or they want to get involved. And we have all kinds of information that we can give them on the procedures and what needs to be done to get back in.
Okay. Well, I think your information is up on the screen there, but go ahead and give it out anyway.
Go ahead.
Website, phone number.
Go ahead.
Abrazo, excuse me, I'm sorry. Our website is www.abrazoffa.net.
Okay. And the phone number is 228-9800?
Yes.
Okay. That's the office
That's
number.
the
Right.
office
Or
number.
559-906-3024, which is my cell phone.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it very much. Deborah and Dr. John Lott, I appreciate your time. Thank you for being here. Good luck with the organization. I hope you find some of these families you're looking for. That's going to do it for me, John Mallows, right here on CentralValleyTalk.com. Back in a moment.
Thanks, John.
Thank you, sir.